On this episode, we're gonna put the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma to the ultimate towing test.
Fourth generation up the super hike. We'll see how it works against. What do you think? Do you think it'll beat the competition that's already out there?
Well, that's why I brought my Chevy Colorado with a turbocharged engine. So how about this? How about we run the Colorado first? We're towing 6,500 pounds and then see if the Tacoma can beat it.
Cool, and it's a super hike for the Tacoma.
The Ike Gauntlet is the world's toughest towing test because of elevation. We're over 11,000 feet above sea level. It's an 8-mile stretch of I-70 and it's a 7% grade. If a pickup truck can tow well here, it will tow well anywhere. So, Mr. Truck.
Yes, sir.
We have done an Ike Gauntlet with my Chevy Colorado before.
Yes, we have.
But we need to take another run at it because we want to have a baseline, right, to compare the Tacoma next to.
Well, sure. This is 2004 or 2003?
This is the 2023.
Okay.
And yes, I've had it for a few months. It's got 8,500 miles and it's a trail boss. And we're popping out of Eisenhower Tunnel at 50 miles an hour. My tow haul mode is enabled.
That's cool. I'm glad this has a tow haul mode.
And it has a brake controller as part of the deal.
Yes, yeah. That's wonderful for these mid-sizes now having brake controllers, and we'll get them all pretty soon.
All right, so you're going to be keeping track of brake applications.
Yes.
Basically between 50 miles an hour and 60 miles an hour. We cannot go over the speed limit, which is 60.
And we're not using cruise control.
No, because we're really measuring brake performance here.
This is cool, and now
so it's
the difference between it, that's 6,500 pounds on Tacoma. This is 7,700 pounds. I think it's best in class on
for towing.
Wheel tow.
Yeah. Okay, first brake application.
Okay, there's one. We are towing 6,500. That's what we're going to do with the Tacoma too. So we're doing good.
Well, it downshifted, but not very aggressively.
Downshifted once. Okay.
Yes.
One brake, one downshift.
Yes, so there's a couple of differences between these two trucks.
Yeah.
This truck has leaf springs.
Yes.
This Colorado. The Tacoma does not.
Yeah, it's got coils.
Yep.
And it's a 5-link.
Uh-huh.
So it's a really good stability system that they have. I wish all trucks had that with airbags, and I'd be a happy camper. But the other difference too is that this is like $4,100 cheaper than the Tacoma. Now this is mid-range. The
Trail Boss, yeah.
That's basically mid-range in the Tacoma.
Yep.
So
number two.
Yeah, number two.
There, it downshifted again.
Okay, so two downshifts, two brake applications.
Our Tacoma video series is brought to you guys by our friend Scott O'Sullivan at O'Sullivan Law Firm. Use the link and the phone number in the description below. Check them out. If you are ever in an accident, no matter where you are, you better call Scott first. He's been a friend of ours for many years. He's a great guy, Tacoma owner, and a great attorney. So check him out. Mr. Truck, look, I brought my Russian 4x4 van.
Oh yeah, this is the one my old Wrangler whipped its ass going up the mountain, didn't it?
No. This is my Buhanka, but we're using it as ballast.
Yes.
And the total trailer weight, the way you see it here, is about 6,500 pounds.
This is a 20-foot deck. It's a tilt trailer, which I love. It's It's all aluminum.
Yep.
Which helps. I mean, it's got 7,000-pound axles.
And this morning I was loading it, and it was covered in ice, so it was a little bit challenging, but I did it nonetheless.
Yeah, aluminum's not easy to climb up, or steel. You want to go with wood if you're going to climb in the middle of winter.
So the road is beat up.
Yeah.
But I mean, this truck is handling pretty well. Here's another one. A third brake application.
Wow.
3.
And did a grade shift?
Nope. Still in the same gear. But the great thing about the Colorado, and one of the reasons I purchased it for my personal truck, was it has a lot of payload for a midsizer.
That does. My goodness, it's clear up to it's 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500 pounds in this 4x4.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what drew me to it, because I wanted to try out a smaller truck by size, but I didn't want to give up a lot of payload. So this was kind of the ideal thing for me.
Well, that's what it needs when it's got a 7,700 pound trailer capacity. You need some payload. That's how that works.
Oh, another one. Is this number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
So Tacoma is still the sales leader in the midsize segment by
Yes,
far.
it is, but I heard this is number 2.
Yeah, Colorado's been doing pretty well because the Ford Ranger dropped off, Nissan Frontier dropped off a little bit in sales.
Yeah.
So the Chevy Colorado is actually pretty strong.
Well, that's good. It was all new truck last year, right?
Yep.
So that's when they do the best, is when they're right off the factory. As usual, we use our Gen Y adjustable hitches for all of our testing. This one's rated at 7,500 pounds. This is that lighter version used for us old men like this who don't want to lift the heavy ones in and out of their truck. Great build on this, very strong. We have never broken a Gen Y hitch. I don't think you can. But you can also buy this on store.mrtruck.com.
We might have another one. We're staying. I think it's scared.
Yeah, and we're running under 4,000, so it doesn't want to drape.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here's another 7.
7. Okay, well, we've had a lot of these go over 10, so I'm not complaining about 7, but I wish it did better. But
You know what the new Tundra has? Remember we tested it, and it has 2 tow haul modes. Tow haul mode and tow haul plus.
yes, that's getting a new thing now.
So maybe Chevrolet can also do something similar where they can have multiple, like a standard tow haul mode and then kind of a aggressive one.
Yeah, and that is kind of an unusual thing in trucks. It's Toyota the only one that has that 2-step.
At least for now, yes.
Yes, I'm thinking that they were pretty unique when they came out with that. So it'd be nice to see a midsize, to follow suit. But this one, it would help this one quite a bit, I think.
That was basically 8.
Oh, you gonna call that 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go 8.
So 8 brake applications. I had to slow down one final time. So we'll see how the new Tacoma compares.
That would be awesome.
Well, Mr. Truck, it's time to put the all-new Tacoma to the ultimate test.
Well, this is cool. We've tested Tacomas before on the Ike.
Yeah, we had a 2nd-generation Tacoma on the Ike. We had the 3rd-generation Tacoma on the Ike twice.
Wow.
And now it's time to see how this all-new one has, how it does, because it's an all-new frame.
Yeah.
No more drum brakes in the rear.
Oh, wow. That's a good thing.
8-speed automatic
Yes.
and tow haul mode.
Oh, man. Now it's made for trailers.
Well,
This is cool.
Let's hope so.
Well, the 4th generation is something important now then.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, so on the downhill, just like we did in the Colorado,
Okay.
we're going to pop out of the tunnel at 50 miles per hour, which we always do.
Right.
We're in tow haul mode, and then you're going to keep track of the brake applications,
That's
right?
true. We got to see if it's better or worse than that 2nd generation, whatever one we did.
Yep. So here's 50 miles an hour. Whoa, it's bright.
Nick, are you going to use adaptive cruise since it has it?
No,
Okay.
because we want to measure brake applications.
The real brakes, okay,
And it's
good.
hard to measure it with adaptive cruise control.
Yes. Even though it's an option to have brake controller in here, it doesn't have it. So there's no way of looking behind and see if our brake lights are coming on. So
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
all
we could
good.
use a camera, but it would take a long time to review the camera footage.
right, it wouldn't tell what Toyota's doing, it's tell what your aftermarket brake controller's doing.
Yes. So now, as soon as I cross over to 61 miles per hour, I'll have to apply the brakes, and there you go, first one.
Okay, 1 brake controller.
Oh, it downshifted twice.
Oh, good.
That's
a good.
good.
And it's 8-speed. It was 6-speed before,
Yeah.
right? So everything's better on this. This should really prove out to be quite an improvement.
Right, and we're maxed out. And this is the ultimate test because the top elevation is over 11,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
It's a 7% grade and an 8-mile run. And we're doing it in February,
Right.
but it's pretty warm. It's about 42 degrees right now, which is, for February, is really hot. All right, so that was 1 brake application so far. We might be doing our 2nd brake application. There it is.
Okay, 2. Now we got to beat 6. That's what the other generation did.
Yeah, the previous gen with a different trailer did 6 brake applications. The previous Tacoma did like 13 brake applications. That was not good.
Well, how much were we towing with the last one we did, the old model?
Probably around 5,000.
Okay.
So not as heavy as this.
Okay.
So if we do 6 with this would be great, I think. And to learn even more information about the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma and to become part of the community, check out Tacoma4G.com. Their forum members go deep into every topic about the new Tacoma, and new 2024 Tacoma owners can be eligible if you guys post your thoughts about the new truck that you own. You can be eligible for a $100 giveaway card. So check them out, Tacoma4G.com. Use the link in the description below. This is the Tier D off-road model.
Right.
So it has Bilstein shocks. Oh, I have to do it again. 3?
Oh my gosh, And you're in tow haul mode.
Yep.
Okay.
And it did downshift, so it's doing well.
That's right, that's exactly what it should do. Of course, we can't tell what gear we're in.
And I'm using the Banks Data Monster gauge by Banks Power, but it's not, I mean, it's such a new truck.
Yes.
I'm not able to monitor my gear, the gear I'm in right now.
Yeah.
Oh, here I am. I have to use it again. Is this number 4?
4?
4?
Yes. 4 applications.
So far, it's super stable.
Well, look at RPMs. We're over 4,000 RPM.
Yeah.
It's what's as good.
That's kind of what I want.
Working.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Exactly.
It's super stable. I don't know how you're feeling, but I think the suspension is well tuned. And my steering, I mean, I don't have a lot of feeling as far as what the tires are doing.
Yeah.
But it's a truck. That's how trucks are. Oh, another one. 5? Yes.
Oh, we only got one more to go. Well, that might be our tying deal, but 5.
But this is the maximum.
Yes, it is. We are a super icon. We're super icon.
Tell me a little bit about store.mrtruck.com. I mean, you've had it for decades.
Yeah, it's a great place to go. Well, we said the website's up, and then I also added a store to it. So yeah, that way you can go right to just products. You can also look at products on mrtruck.com, mrtrader.com.
Okay.
So we're trying to, that's what I'm doing. And since you're the new Mr. Truck, eventually I'm going to phase out of too many. I'll work with you on truck reviews, but I won't do a whole lot of my own. I'll do some, but the store is going to be my life, my retirement. When I get married in a few months, I'll be able to just go cruise.
Well, congratulations, you're getting married.
Yes, I am. You want to be the best man, don't you? Mr. Trucks.
It would be a pleasure to be your best man. On this particular model of the Tacoma, the payload is listed at 1,200 pounds. And the gross vehicle weight rating is 6,240. So this truck weighs just over 5,000 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier than before. And I wish it had a tiny bit more payload, but I'll take 1,200 pounds.
Some trucks.
Ooh. Is this another one?
Oh, don't tell me. We're at 6. 6. And we're almost leveled out here. We're getting close.
We're almost done.
Very close. Man, I hope it stays there. You got cleared on under 4.
There. We're leveled out.
Okay, 6
brake applications.
We're going to say that's better than the old model because the old model 1,000 pounds means 1,500 pounds less.
Yeah, because we are towing heavier.
Yes.
I'm really happy because it was really obvious. The grade shifting was, I knew what it was doing.
That was very good.
Yes, and it was very stable.
Because the old system was a transmission thing, and that you couldn't always tell it did anything.
ECT power.
Yes, this is great. I really like that tow haul mode.
All right, let's set a baseline with the Colorado. With the trailer loaded, it's about 3 feet. Do you see that?
I see that. So
that's 2 inches of squat.
Yeah.
It was 38.
Yeah.
And so 2 inches of squat. So when we do the Tacoma next, we'll measure that as well. All right, Mr. Truck, let's measure squat on the Tacoma. So on laden, it was about 38 inches. And laden, it's about 36 inches right here, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, just right there.
So about 2 inches of squat, which is not a lot, actually.
I thought it looked to me like 1.5 inches just staring at it, but
yeah,
that's really good. And that's those coil springs. We'll have to find out if they're progressive.
Let me go down and see if we have space still left. We still have about 1 inch between the axle and the
The bump stop.
Bump
huh?
stop. Mr. Truck,
Yes, sir.
are you ready to climb?
Let's see what this Chevy Colorado can do.
Yes, so you'll start the timer. As always, we're starting the uphill hike at 35 miles per hour. I'm gonna nail it.
Okay.
And you're gonna start the timer now.
There we go.
And I reset my trip meter.
Okay.
So we do have a lot of torque.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's wrapping up there.
430 pound-feet of it.
That's true. And 310 horsepower.
And 60 now.
It was a little over 18.
18.
Can't
So
tell by looking at this, 'cause it's still running.
okay.
A little over 18.
So I mean that was not a breakneck acceleration.
No, that was not. No. But yeah,
We'll see how the Tacoma compares.
Yeah, and this is towing a pretty heavy trailer at 65. Of course, this thing will tow 7,700 pounds.
Yeah. They updated it since its introduction, in 2020.
Yeah.
They gave it a little bit more torque and strengthened it a little bit more. So I think it's going to be a good engine for years to come. I'm hoping.
It should be, and I think that's part of the reason why this is the number 2 selling midsize behind the Tacoma. But yeah, it's an impressive little truck. I like everything about this. There's something about the color that I just cannot absorb yet, but someday maybe.
All right, this is the last video we'll do with this truck, okay? So you don't have to look at the color.
Oh no, don't get rid of it. I like this little truck.
Well, the Chevy Colorado came out last year,
Yes.
and currently it's the king of power.
Why?
Well, because they discontinued all turbo diesels in the midsize segment.
oh goodness.
This is a 2.7 liter straight 4 high output version of the engine, 310 horsepower, and 430 pound-feet of torque.
Wow, I miss the little diesel in these. But look how we can reach everything. I can reach the dipstick. We've been driving these old tall trucks where you have to have a ladder just to do that.
Yeah.
I think I touched this. Oh, what color is
It's
this?
okay. It's nitro yellow. Yes.
Okay.
But it's an 8-speed automatic, a 342-to-1 rear axle ratio.
42.
It's pretty good, actually.
Well, actually, this is a Trail Boss, right?
Yep.
This is a nice package. Midsize.
There you go. It downshifted where the mountain is starting to really hit.
Well, you're doing 60. You're doing good.
Yep. So far, I'm not using 100% throttle. So nice and easy.
Now, you might tell the folks the reason the tire gauge is on the info thing is that it's cold.
Yeah, sorry. So I do not have a flat tire.
Yeah.
I have slightly. It got colder today.
It's 1 psi behind the other ones.
Yeah,
That's
so
kinda
it's
crazy.
1 psi low, and it's telling me I have a low pressure. I think, actually, after spending some time in the Tacoma, I like the Tacoma seats maybe even better than this.
So they fit you better?
Yeah.
They're butt-hugging seats.
And also, it feels a little bit more comfortable, like a little taller maybe than this.
Really?
So yeah, I'm really happy with what they did with their seats.
Cool. Well, you've driven them both. You know what their coils feels like. You know what these leaf springs feel
Yeah.
like.
So I think these leaves on the Colorado really, they give a little bit more payload, as we can tell, right?
That's probably true, and we don't know for sure if that's got progressive coils. I'm guessing it would,
Yeah.
because their numbers are decent on it. But yeah, no, this is for mid-size truck. There's nothing wrong with this Colorado.
So the Colorado doesn't seem to be hunting gears too much. It's kind of happy. Mr. Truck.
Yes, sir.
So this is what I like on a Chevrolet, this screen.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit more information, my average economy for the trailer itself. I can, of course, switch profiles. I can, tell it accessory. I can, let's see, let me go back. I can look up other trailers. So I like this. And also, look at this.
Oh, wow. That's cool. You can
Kind
play
of
with your truck.
fancy graphics.
Yeah, well,
So-
it's a bigger screen. But, you have to do this. What is it you got to check? You got to go in here to move it. Is it the lights?
Yeah, the
Some weird
headlamps.
thing. You got to go into the giant screen to play with the headlamps,
Yes.
which I don't like. But
And by the way, I'm just a little bit like 1 psi or 2 psi down.
why is it doing it? Yeah, it's getting crazy with the tire thing. But, sometimes the screen doesn't always fit, which is a little problem. But
Yeah, they have software issues.
Yeah,
a few software
yeah.
issues here. Do you want to measure sound right now?
You betcha.
Yeah, let's see how it does.
It's bouncing around, but it's staying around 60,
Really?
which is very good.
Very good.
The high end be 71 when, it hits a fluctuation there, but yeah, it's very good. I mean, I don't know how there's a difference in how they insulate their cab or their floor pan or any of that, but
No, but it feels really comfy. Like, I'm not hearing a lot of wind noise. I'm not hearing a lot of tire noise. Of course, the engine noise is there.
yeah, and see, now you drop down below 3,000, so now it's jumping back and forth. It would. It's shifting quite a bit right through here.
Okay, this is actually getting tougher.
Yeah, that was like 3 shifts fast.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
There it is. It's settled down. We're getting really, really close.
Be interesting how this compares with the Tacoma when we do that. Just going through the finish line.
Yeah.
To see if the extra horsepower and torque makes a big advantage or not.
All right. Are you ready for the timer?
I am.
So this is the top of the world, 11,158 feet above sea level. We're like an airplane taking off into outer space.
We're wrapped right under 4,000 RPM at the top here.
And stopping the timer now. 7 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yes, 750.
And 4.4.
Okay, 4.4 miles per gallon.
Yes, right there, 4.4 miles per gallon.
Cool.
So, wow. So this is a perfect run, basically, because in 8 minutes would be a perfect run.
Exactly, and it's under 8 minutes, so
Yes.
there's no fault in this truck.
So this is a huge test because the Tacoma is now switched over to turbo power.
Yes.
No more V6s, no more naturally aspirated engines.
Yes,
Are you ready to start the timer?
I'm ready.
Okay, hit it now.
Vroom, vroom. Oh, it's wrapping up tight. Wow, we're 5,000, 5,500, almost 6,000. Goodness gracious.
All right, so that's going to 55 mile an hour. And here is 60.
19, almost 20, right under 20.
Okay.
That don't show anything on here because I'm still going.
But that was about, 19 seconds from 35 miles an hour to 60.
Yeah, in the high 19s, yeah.
It's okay. I mean, it's not like, we were pinned back to our seats. But it's okay. It's okay acceleration.
Yeah, the average person, that would work fine for me, even on the sides of the trailer. You drag race when you're going uphill on the trailer.
I think Toyota has always been a little bit more conservative, right? And it has to be a balance.
That brings up a neat point.
Yes.
Being conservative is, you think about the Tundra when it came out, okay? It came out every 8, 10 years, whatever it is. It takes it forever to have a new truck. So they had a great truck to begin with, and then, over the period of time, a long period of time, everybody else improved, does all these things to it.
Yeah.
So they come out with a new Tundra, and lo and behold, yeah, it's great, they do all these wonderful things, but it's like kind of almost the same as everybody else. So they're not going to do another.
So they match the
they get real close to matching their class. But then, you're going to wait another 8 years, and by that time they'll be way behind again. So why don't they go ahead and be best in class in something?
You mean leapfrog?
Leapfrog, yeah.
Leapfrog.
Get ahead of the competition. Same way with this, I think. I think this has been a big improvement, but we waited forever to get a new Tacoma. We finally get it, and it doesn't go past everybody. It's not best in class in much of anything, rather than be a nice truck, and sales are wonderful. They're number one.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why they're conservative. It's the bottom line. They have to survive as a company. So that's probably why they do that. I just wish they would go above and beyond the class when they improve something.
Well, this is the all-new power plant for Toyota. 2.4 liters, straight 4, no more V6.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a turbo. It's 278 horsepower, and it is 317 pound-feet of torque. That makes like 50-some pounds more than the last model.
Yeah, so a lot more torque. The torque comes in at about 1,700 RPM, which means it's almost diesel-like in its character.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
low-end torque.
That's nothing. 1,700 RPM is almost like idle at their maximum torque. But this is so cool. I love playing with brand new engines.
It also has an 8-speed automatic.
Yes.
And a 358-to-1 rear axle ratio, which is kind of an odd number, but that's what Toyota uses.
That's kind of lower than what the Colorado would be.
Yeah.
And this, same 8-speed for both. So this is a good comparison.
Yep.
That's
Here I am. The elevation is getting higher. I think I'm almost now using 100% throttle. Almost.
Wow, yeah, and you're running under 5,000 RPM. Dropping back to 39 RPM.
Yeah.
But, this is good. And that's another thing. But there's so many improvements on this truck. I could brag a long time. The seat is taller, the ceiling is taller. I can put my best cowboy hat on, and I'm not laying on the floor.
Right.
The old Tacoma, I hate it. It was so uncomfortable. My feet were like straight ahead, like I was in a go-kart or something. and I understood that now that it raised an inch and a half.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah, it's actually like sitting in a truck.
Do you want to measure some of the sound as we're climbing?
Let me do that.
It's a little bit loud in here.
It is. Well, we're running almost 5,000 RPM, about 48. Now it's dropping down, so yeah.
Let's check it.
It's all over. I'm going to say 63. Does it bounce clear up to 75? I'm going to clear down to 62.
When the engine is revving high, there's quite a bit of engine noise.
Well, it goes clear up to 79 when the engine's revving.
Yeah.
So that tells you that, yes.
And then also, I can feel a little bit of wind noise.
Really?
A little bit more than other trucks.
The wind is blowing.
So it's not perfect. I would say the cabin is comfortable, but it's not maybe the quietest truck that we've ever been in.
Probably not. I don't think they've ever been super quiet, but this is the TRD off-road.
Yes.
So it's kind of mid-range. It's not the very top end.
Right.
I think they have two more above this one, but I mean, once you let off the cat, like if you're off-road with this, you wouldn't hardly hear anything because,
right.
You're lower RPMs.
This is truly an all-new truck.
Yes.
All new frame, suspension, engine, and also interior. This is the base model TRD off-road. So TRD off-road is in the middle of the range.
Yeah.
But this is the more affordable one. You can kind of see it. We don't have a big screen. We don't have the premium package. So this hole right here is where the factory brake controller would go.
Yeah, that's a good place to put it. It's on the right side.
Yeah.
When it does come, we'll have it.
We just didn't buy it because we wanted to be first buying this Tacoma, and it just didn't work out very well. So we're using this, like you said, Prodigy remote control. So we can do that. But other than that, I mean, what do you think about this interior?
Well, it's different. I mean, it's got a cool handle. This looks like a Razor running around in the Polaris, but what is that, a 12-inch screen? What is that?
No, it's a little smaller. It's like a 10 or a 9. But why have a 14-inch screen when you can have this?
Okay.
And also, this has a feature where as soon as you start off with a trailer, it will actually automatically measure the trailer length.
Yeah, as you go around a corner, cameras catch it. That's awesome. This is really set up nice for a trailer. I mean, goodness, the better suspension, the coil springs on the rear, 4-corner coil, 5-link, all that. It rides better. It's got the tow haul mode, which is so awesome.
Yes, and cruise control adaptive, latest system 3.0.
It doesn't look like a wimpy truck at all inside. I like it.
So I feel like, we have been going between 2 gears, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to maintain 60 miles an hour, and I have plenty of power.
Yes.
But it's kind of between gears right now. All right, we're almost done with this climb.
So how's the steering on this? Well, we're at the 7.10, but this has got that new electronic,
electrically boosted. Yeah.
So is it steering easier and no effort at all?
It's fine. It's not over boosted. It's just, it feels good.
That's good. You'll know more about the off-road days when you do that, see how it does on the rocks. But no, there's so many improvements on this vehicle. You've got an e-brake instead of the old handle. That's got the last of the handle brakes.
Right.
Here.
We're pushing way to the top of the world. You ready to stop the clock?
I'm ready.
And stopping now.
Guess which Tacoma it beat?
It did?
It did.
What is it?
It's 7.53.
7 minutes, 53 seconds.
Yeah, pulling 15. Yeah, that's 1,500 more pounds for towing.
Yeah.
And it did better time. I thought it would.
Well, 8 minutes would be like perfect.
I know, and we're 7.53. This is going to be a one to beat in the mid-range, or the mid-range class.
Yeah, mid-size. Yeah.
Mid-size.
Well, here's the verdict. Tacoma did really good, actually.
Yes, it did. Actually, it's a new truck. All new truck all the way around.
So traditionally, Toyota and the Tacoma, it's not really focused on towing, right? So
Right.
towing was always kind of a lower priority. But in my opinion, they fixed a lot of the issues we used to have.
Oh, sure.
And it's now stable, it's pretty efficient, it's quick. It did hunt a little bit on the way up.
Yeah, it's nice to see that 8-speed. That was really good. But you know that they're known as off-road trucks, and that's what their focus is. But they added brake controller if you order it. You can get tow hole mode. That's the new thing. There's so many new things on it.
But I'm gonna be maybe a little bit controversial here. So the Tacoma won the downhill.
Yes,
They did about equally up the mountain. Tacoma had a small edge.
slight.
But I like the brake controller and the way that Chevrolet does their trailer management. You know, when you can name your trailers and you can monitor your fuel mileage. I like that feature a little bit better than a Chevy. So that kind of equals out. So I think they're about equal for me.
I disagree.
What?
Well, look at the numbers. I'm a numbers guy.
Okay.
You're a numbers guy.
Okay.
The Colorado, bigger engine, more power, horsepower, torque, more towing capacity, more payload. When you get all these mores, how can you say they're equal?
I mean, the way they perform today, though.
Well,
Tacoma was a little bit better on the numbers.
more brake applications on the Colorado.
Yes.
And I think the Colorado is a hair bit faster up the hill, but
So I would give them both 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think Chevy is really good. And I think Tacoma, because it performed so well on the downhill, I want to reward it a little bit more.
I'd say the Tacoma is way above the old model. This Generation 4 is a good deal. I like the truck. And I love the fact that I can sit in it instead of lay down in it.
But there's something else.
Yes.
Price. The Colorado Trail Bus you see here is about $41,000.
It's a mid-range.
And the Tacoma TRD Off-Road is $45,300. So the Colorado is cheaper.
They're both mid-ranges.
Yes.
And now, wait a minute. Isn't cheaper better?
Yes.
We give Colorado...
So Colorado should win.
Give them another quarter of a point. Give them 4 3/4.
4 3/4.
Versus 4.5.
Well, there you have it.
That's what I think.
So let us know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you next time on the iGauntlet. Take care.
Very similar trucks. It was a good race.